Hey, welcome to Steve Davis Show. We got a special guest today is Roy Sanchez, head basketball coach at El Dorado High School. And Roy, hey, thanks for coming on and congratulations, 500th win.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for having us. Still here. Still here. Haven't gone anywhere. So are you. So that's a good thing.
You know, we go back. We don't want to. Ain't gonna go there.
Don't let anyone know all the history.
We don't want to date that.
Known each other for a long time. You're a good guy, and you're still doing things for kids. We appreciate that.
You know, I go back though. I guess I can say I contributed to some of those wins.
Yeah.
So I want to so I'm part of the Roy Sanchez history book.
A lot of people are. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that contributed a lot of different things, and I never thought I'd be still coaching, this long or whatever. My goal was about 20 years and be a good employee for about 20 years and see what happens. And then another year goes by, and it's still fun, and the kids keep you going. So I mean, this is my 32nd year. Again, my goal was 20 years. So I mean, it's a lot of fun. What are you going to do?
Well, how did it feel when your 500th win? I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of emotion with that. Like you said, you weren't. This is one of those things that you have a passion for basketball, and your family has a passion for basketball, and your sister and yourself. I mean, you guys probably watch more games than Pro View's done in my life. So, but how was it? How did you feel? I mean, once it was over.
I mean, we weren't never counting, or I didn't even know, and I didn't remember anything like that. I know it was close. So we played Rio Grande the other day, and after the game, my assistant coach Adam Huffs, he kind of says, "Hey guys, I have something for you guys." Coach won, and then that's when I remembered. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute." He had a nice basketball with said 500 or whatever, and the year and all that, and I mean, I don't know if it really hit me then or whatever. It was nice. It was a nice win. I mean, yeah, we needed a win, but then when it all said and done, we got good kids this year, and it was nice to share in that with them. I mean, it's been over probably, I don't even know, 300 kids or so, but those 12 kids sat down there and they were very appreciative, and I'm appreciative of them, and again, I mean, it was just another game. I didn't know it was 500. We weren't counting it down or anything like that, thank goodness, because we had lost the previous two, I think. So good thing we got that one, and just time to move on,
Well, I heard about it, and I called you that as soon as I heard about it.
Yes,
I announced it on I was doing the Metro game that night, or I was doing the Metro game later that night, and
yeah.
heard it, and I was going, "Wow, this is 500." And I'm sitting there going, "Yes," and I contributed. So he's got to thank me for pushing me out into the ProView networks.
Well, thanks, Steve. It worked out for both of us because you're doing a good job with ProView. But yeah, I mean, all of a sudden it got on social media, and a lot of people called like you, and a lot of friends and family, and to congratulate. And I guess that's when it really started sinking in, because it's like, wow, all these people are texting me and calling me, and social media, and Marty Seiss has like a website that he keeps track of a lot of that stuff. So I guess it was official when he actually sent me the deal, and I thank you for everybody. I mean, everybody, including yourself, been very good to me, and coming back and saying thanks. That was really neat with all these people, and hearing from a lot of people is pretty cool.
How about former players? Somebody that maybe had caught you off guard that you wouldn't think we would know that. So,
well, I mean, again, social media it goes quickly. So of course Daniel Ferris, reaches back, and Cullen Neal, and Rex Garcia, and Brad Beitler, and all those guys that that were there when it started. I mean, Rex Garcia played on my first team, and he said, I remember the first win, coach. It was against St. Pius, because he was on my team, and a lot of those guys still stay in touch, and it's really neat when they like when they call back or text you back and remember those good times. All of them have been good ones, I guess.
No, I tell you, I mean, you talk about Cullen Neal and Ferris and some of the players you've coached. I mean, you've coached Division I players, you've coached Division II players, and NAIA players, and that's got to be a great rewarding feeling for you.
It's really neat when they go out and do something, and the ones that played, at the next level, everyone wants to, but they make a lot of sacrifices to do that. But it's really rewarding to see other kids do other things that they're passionate in, whether it's be a fireman or graduate from college. A lot of guys have done that, and I've pushed them to do that. Stay with it, and follow your dreams, kind of thing. I mean, it sounds all cliche, but it's all true. You stay in touch and make connections with these guys and want them to be successful. And when they are, you're excited. I mean, they bring their kids back or they get married. You're invited to a wedding or something like that. It's really neat because number one, I really like those guys, and number two, it's neat to stay in touch with all these guys that put, they put in 4 years in your program and believe in it and buy into it, and you ask them to do that, so you have to buy into their family and their things that are going on in their life, and Cullen's coaching out in Hawaii now. He's an assistant coach in Hawaii. Daniel played overseas for a long time. In Lebanon, and now he's a pharmaceutical rep and doing great. And his kids, heck, his son already graduated from here. He had a son that graduated here last year, and you just make all those connections. It's something else. It's something else.
I'll tell you what, we're going to go to Everguard Roofing and Solar top 10 plays of the week, and then we'll come back and we're going to talk about your other, the reason you're successful, all the assistant coaches you've had.
Yeah, for sure.
Goes to the basket and Kincaid shuts it down. Amigos. Here it is. 3-ball. Nails it. Larissa Martinez. Ball's in his hand. He'll fire up another one. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Esteban Gonzalez. Navarez smells blood, going to go all the way, and he's going to the line for a chance at a 3-point. And the 3 is Butler underneath, another block for Quesada, and then Session took it away. Ahead to Lujan in transition, lays it up and in with the left hand. A big steal and the 3, Xavier. Knox gets it into on the bounce. Here comes Morris. Morris driving, lobbing. Quesada start to bust on the alley-oop. And she does. St. Pius gets it in. Candelaria, can she run the clock out? Arndt with the steal. She shoots. It's in. Will it count? Let it go. Myers looks good. It's good! Espinosa with a 3-quarter court 3. 16-13.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Welcome back, Steve Davis. You've got Roy Sanchez, head basketball coach at El Dorado High School, and also his 500th win. And you know, one thing I know about you, Roy, is you built a platform, and it's all about you. But you know, you've had some great assistants, and speak on their behalf, because it doesn't have as little as I coach. It doesn't happen unless you have great assistants.
Absolutely. I mean, I hate to mention those guys, but individually, because you forget one and then you leave one out, because they've all sacrificed for their families and to believe in El Dorado basketball, and you know, I had some great ones. You know, Robert Vargas started with me, with Rich Strong, and you know, Rich played at Colorado State and was an excellent teacher. That's why he was such a good assistant coach. Troy Hughes was, you know, he's associate superintendent. I mean, we had guys that were leaders around here. You know, Michael Hash. You remember Michael Hash? I saw him the other day. That day we got 500 wins. He was down on 4th Street, and I ran into him at a restaurant. You know, his dad was Coach Ash, who helped with the Lobos, and Michael was a good kid. And I got some really good ones now. Adam Huff and Isaac Massey and Brad Beitler. Like I said, Brad Beitler played for us in 96, 97. He's an assistant coach now. And again, these guys are really, really, really good teachers. Jimmy Romero, on and on. I mean, I could mention.
Well, let me mention one, Adrian Ortega. I mean, became, you know, he coached with you. I think y'all won a state championship with him, and then
2004.
And then he went on and goes and wins 3. Now he's
he's a big boss now with APS Athletics. You know, he's doing a great job, and guys that do that and go to the Twin Towers, and like I said, Troy and Adrian. I mean, they were excellent teachers and did a great job, and you know, great motivators. You know, and you could see. I mean, Troy would have been a great head coach, and obviously Adrian was, and won some state championships at Atrisco and started up that program, and it's really neat to have those kind of guys help out, and it's really neat. Again, just like players, you know, you see them going on and do great things. You see assistant coaches doing great things, and I want to thank all of them. I mean, I mentioned a few there, but every single one of them were really, really good for us.
Well, and I'm just throwing out names. I'm kind of helping you, because I was kind of, you know, I was in that era with you. I mean, I coached at Sandia and El Dorado, so I was always talking with your assistant coaches. But you had Dan Nelson, and you had he helped you win that state championship too, and then. Yeah. Rich Strong, I think you mentioned his name, but Rich was like a Sandia graduate, and he was like, to me, he was like one of the loyalist coaches that you had. He just always seemed to be always there. But I think you expect that out of all your assistants.
Yeah, they're so humble. Rich again, like, he was such a great teacher, and he taught here math here at El Dorado for a long time, and just very humble, you know, and Dan was a teacher as well for a while, and you know, just friends. I mean, you know, Steve, you came up and helped a lot of our big guys at times, you know, after you stopped coaching. You just wanted to help kids as well, you know, and you helped out Daraje, who's with the Lobos, Daraje Agaboyosi. He's playing with the Lobos right now. He's a walk-on, and you helped a bunch of our kids just individually, and that's what it takes. It takes a village, I guess, you know, like they say, and people just wanting to help, and humble people, they're always welcome here.
Well, I tell you, you made me, like, you know, truthfully, I feel like I'm an assistant coach when I walk in. You come over and let me talk to you before we never talk about basketball, but we always talk about, you know, just life in general, and it's always.
I like putting you to work, Steve. I mean, because I know you have a soft spot for those kids, you know, and like helping them, and you know, thanks for all you've done for all my guys, you know. But I know you do that for a lot of kids and throughout the city, and people don't know that about Steve. He'll go in a gym and just, hey, can I help that kid? And next thing you know, he's helping him a couple days a week, and you make a big impact, Steve. Thank you.
No, it started. I mean, it's more of a compliment to me, because a lot of coaches, like I said, you would give me the gym and give me you would always just say, hey, Steve, help this kid, or I need some help with him or whatever. And it wasn't because I did. I always found out that I kind of gravitated to these kids, and it became part of my, just wasn't trying for my ego or anything. It was more helpful for me to go out there and help the kids and just be part of it. But I couldn't, I didn't have the time to dedicate to you to put the effort in to do it. But you'd always give me 15, 20 minutes, and then what's crazy about it is you believed I could teach him something. So that's even a bigger compliment. So. Well,
yeah, you'd want 15, 20 minutes. The next thing you know is, again, Steve's working with him 3 days a week, and hey, when can I get in the gym? And he it just snowballs, and you keep going, and that's the way Steve is. I mean, I don't know who we're talking to here, or your audience, but that's the way Steve is. He's always willing to help, and then next thing you know, you get him in doing something, and it snowballs, and he wants to do it 100%. And Steve Davis is a special person for sure.
Well, thanks for that. I mean, this show's about Roy Sanchez and his 500th win. And it's not about me, but we talked about your assistants, and and reading the paper and everything. I think the biggest people don't understand is the administration. You have backing from the administration, and it's a blessing. Speak on that behalf, and you've gone through some of the principals and some people that have really been your mentors.
The thing about El Dorado is a great place to be. I mean, our teachers, before I talked about administration, our teachers are great. I mean, they understand athletics. They don't give kids a break, but they will work with them, and they understand how important it is. And we have such great teachers here at El Dorado, and Russell Goff, who was the first principal that hired me, just an outstanding guy. He still comes to games. I've had great principals. Yvonne Garcia, she went up to the Twin Towers as well. She did a great job for us, and Martin Sandoval, and now, and he was here for a long time, and Juan Torres. Juan Torres is our principal now, the last couple of years, and his assistants are great, great people, and it's so fun working with them. That's why I just keep staying here. They take care of me, like I said in the newspaper. I mean, the people here are so good to me and to each other. I mean, we're just a community here, and the administration, the principals here are just they're outstanding. I mean, that's why I'd stay another 10 years if I could. But I mean, I think I'm kind of winding down a little bit. But the last couple of years have been great with the new administration and the teachers here. I mean, it's a great place to be. It really is.
Well, we're going to take a little break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about basketball. It's here, and district starting, and March Madness is on its way.
Love it. Love March Madness.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
back to the Steve Davis show. We got Roy Sanchez, head basketball coach, Del 500th win, and more to come. So it's not ended yet. So, but let's talk about district. This is a big week for you. You start off with Manzano tonight, and thanks for coming on for today, because everything's a blur for me. We start with we go back to the Rio Rancho tournament. You go to Joe Amia tournament, and then you got the Hope tournament, and sometimes I lose focus on what's going on in district play, and it's here. It's here right now.
Well, Steve, I know you mentioned, in the break, about Buster Maybury, that's how the season's gone. It's just a blur. I mean, the start of the season, Buster got put in the hospital, and I'm really good friends with him and his wife, Lori, who's great. They're great people. And really this last year, I had a chance to hang around with them a lot because I was president of the Coaches Association. And before that, I mean, Buster was a friend, but they do so much for high school athletics. And I just wanted to mention Buster and Lori and keep them in your prayers. And, Buster was in the hospital 47 days, 48 days. I probably was out there about 25 of those days because he's such a good friend. And I know you were out there some, Steve, and he was just such a good friend to coaches. And, it's very sad what happened. And hopefully Lori can slowly move forward and start coaching her team, now that we're in district, like you mentioned. It's just very sad. I mean, I know you were a good friend to him as well. And it's unbelievable to lose a friend like that. And
well, I think that celebration of life is February 15th. And I think the time's 11 o'clock, Crown Plaza.
Yes.
ProView is going to stream it. We'll be there, and that's the least I could do for those people that can't make it. It's going to be streamed, and then we'll re-air it on Comcast for anybody that couldn't be on the stream or for whatever reason can watch it and see. It's going to be actually I got to go, and we actually got to walk through what's all going to be. It's going to be pretty exciting. It's a celebration of his life, but it's also what the state and everybody that he's involved with, is just a good way for him to go out.
Yeah, I mean, again, he was friends to everybody, and talk about a celebration of life. I think Buster celebrated life every day. He just loved life and lived to the fullest. And I just can't believe he hadn't called me, and we have these conversations or meet at McDonald's or just call in the morning. And I've been waiting for that, and I guess it's never going to happen. And it's very sad. It's very sad. And again, I wish Lori the best and everything. But talking about district play, we start with Manzano tonight. El Dorado and Manzano have played 1 million games probably, and it's both schools are up here on Wantabo, and they're going to come over here and try to kick our butt, and we're going to do our best not to let that happen. And then we play La Cueva this week too, and that's been a rivalry for us as well, in all sports. So we got 2 tough games this week, and hopefully our guys will step up. We had good practice yesterday on Martin Luther King Day, and here we go. Last 10 games of the season, and it's going to determine a lot about the seeding and selections and those kinds of things to go in the state tournament.
Well, it's the fun time, I think, and then it doesn't get any easier. I'm guessing the next week you play Sandia. I mean, it doesn't get any easier.
Well, yeah, Santa Fe. We go up to Santa Fe. That's not easy, and then we play Sandia. So yeah, the next 3 weeks, and then we'll run it back again with those 6 teams. Or 5 teams or whatever, and it's going to be tough. It's a tough district. Sandia is really, really good. They're probably the favorite, but La Cueva's been playing very well lately, and it's tough to go to Santa Fe and Capital, and then Manzano is our rival, like I said. So we've got our work cut out for us in this district season for sure.
Well, I know this is the time of year that if you're a basketball enthusiast, every night just get out and go watch a game, because you never know all the namesayers like myself. It's hard to predict what's going to happen because of before the season started, it was like Volcano was on a higher level and everything, now the gap is closing, and over the next 4 weeks, it's amazing how good teams get over the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Just get squeezed into this last just part of the district. Volcano was clear-cut favorite, and they still are. I mean, they went to Phoenix and they came back, and they probably played 7 games in 10 days or something like that. I'm not sure what it was. So and they played the toughest schedule in the Metro after the Phoenix tournament. They played really, really good teams. They played Rio Rancho and Hobbs and those teams that are in Sandia, of course, and they're really good. I mean, they have 2 bigs that can do a lot of things, and they have shooters. Gonzalez is a great shooter, and it's going to be tough. And Sandia is closing the gap on them a little bit, and it's going to be exciting. It always is this time of the year, and like you mentioned, the March Madness thing, just so fun. Just can't wait.
I tell you what, Roy, thanks for coming on. Good luck in your season, and I can't wait to hang out with you and see you at a game.
Always good to see you, Steve. Always good to talk to you, buddy. You take care.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.